Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, ya Waleed. Thank you for allowing me to have a look at your portfolio. I see here for the first term that things seem to be intact here. You have all of the signatures for your quizzes, and hopefully they're in the back of your portfolio. I noticed that you were pretty much doing your assignments on time during the first term here, so I appreciate that. And you have here your self-assessment, and it's in place, it's filled out. I advise you to go back and have a look at your self-assessment to make sure that it is something that is useful for you, that you can do these things now. Yeah. So let's skip to some of your work here. I see that you have some links here. Make sure that I've gone through and I have given you some feedback on some of these things. I've noted some things in your error correction here, or some of the work that you have done. Go back and have a look at it maybe and try to rewrite some of these things that you see here. Okay. Things like this, Waleed, we need you to be able to describe, which is something that I mentioned here. These things you should be able to talk about. So keep that in mind when you use this portfolio for review. Yeah. So we have week 4 here. Did you include your thoughts and feelings of recording about the work that we're doing on Google Drive? I hope that is here. I need that kind of feedback from you, and we can see here that you do have a recording, but the question is, did I give you some feedback on it? If so, great. If not, then let me know. Now, this survey that we did here, I want you to think about it and to make sure that you can describe the things that you see in this survey. In this survey, we talked about teachers, a teacher that did not help you learn. And we had another group that talked about things or behaviors or activities in class that a teacher does that really helped you learn. So hopefully you can describe that, and we can do some of the things that will help you learn. Okay, that came from this kind of survey here, and I appreciate you including that. You have your prefixes here. Check Quizlet. I have included some of those, some slides for prefixes, games you can play, spelling, etc. So have a look at Quizlet, which we introduced to you in week 11. Have a look at some of these and maybe try it again. I've made a note here that you need to have a look at some of the examples that you've brought here for prefixes. But that was a pretty good, for the most part, Waleed, your portfolio is not that bad. It's in pretty decent shape. Let's see. So the question is, did I respond to you here? And did you explain, for example, in a recording, this link that you sent to me here, is that an actual explanation of your family tree? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, great. I've made a few notes here on this page. Have a look at it. And week 8, so week number 6 and 7, we had testing and we were off on vacation that week, so we start here with week number 8. And the question is, when are you going to do your presentation? You have a nice prezi that you've put together, and we'd like to see it on your neighborhood Khalidiyya, but we need a presentation. Waleed, is you standing in front of the class and presenting the slides that you've put together in prezi. So we're looking for a recording here for the free time. Is it there? Yes, it is. The question is, did I give you feedback on this? So we need to look into that, inshallah ta'ala. Did I actually give you feedback on your for example, your discussion on free time, what you do in your free time? So I noticed that, let's see, we have the presentation, which you need to have a link for here, and then there's error correction. So go back and make sure that error correction is a part of, for example, week number number 8. I noticed that you do have the link here for your work in week 8, which was your family tree. But the question is, did you do the error correction for week 8? This is here, your free time, which matches the paper that we just saw. But the question is, did you include the error correction as well as a link to your presentation? So you need to go back and have a look at week 8 and finish it up properly. Week number 9, okay, presentation, your Prezi. Now here we need to make a recording of you actually doing the presentation itself, because we started the presentation, which was the actual slides on Prezi from week 8. So to claim here in week number 9 that you've done a presentation, we need to see it. It is week 11. Yeah, we should see some other things here in week number 9. Let's see. We have okay, you've done this, and I've given you some feedback here again on your, this was your first try here, and we gave you some feedback on that, and then mashallah, you did it again, which is here. And today, on the 28th of April, I've given you some more feedback. So have a look at some of the things that you've done here, and I appreciate you going back and redoing that. As for week number 9, then we still, like we said, you mentioned today that you have some links or a link or so that you'd like to print out, but we're still looking for that description of a person here, which was a recording. Questions, looks, okay, we have that, we just seen that. So the two of them, the recording for the description of a person and the presentation, we need to see. Oh, what's this here? We have a recording. Okay, great. This is your presentation, which was the actual link that should be going in week number 8. So week 9, we should be seeing your actual presentation. Okay, and it is week 11, and not too many people in the class have done their presentations up to this point. So your group plan, week 10 is weak. Why? Because you guys went out on a trip. You did a group plan in class, which was not very comprehensive at all. It was weak. And the detailed plan, no one really done it. You guys went out. You didn't want to do the detailed plan. For example, 2 people responsible for transportation, printing a map, dropping a point on Google, giving us directions to where you were. That was an example of a group that was responsible for transportation. And we had different categories, which we will see in the group plan. And not too many people did it. Categories like what? Entertainment, food and drink, the place. Yeah. When we say the place, did you rent an istiraha? Where did you set up? How did you do it? What was involved in that? So activities, entertainment, etc. And you were the man for the tricks. So what did you do? I mean, which group were you in? And where's that detailed plan? Okay, so this is your sheet here for week number, for term 2. You were absent for a number of quizzes, 2 of them. And here we noted that your work for week number 8 was incomplete. Yeah, we're looking for a recording, which I think you eventually did, but when I checked it at that time, it was not complete. And likewise, for the, week number 10, we still need to see, for example, a detailed plan. Now, if you didn't do it, then you can, maybe replace that with something else. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Error correction, week number 10. Okay, great. I've made some notes here. Maybe you can combine sentences 5. Sentence 6 and 7 along with 8, and then split them up a bit, change around a few words, and restart some sentences. So have a look at this. I've made some notes on your paper here for error correction. You need to have a go at this again. I appreciate your work, Waleed. I think one of your portfolio is one of the best, but we still need to get some work done on this. This is that. Check out my comments here on the bottom of this for your detailed plan. This needs some work. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.